Welcome back to our channel, Just Immigration News. We hope you're doing great. In this video, we're going to talk about international students in Australia face urgency amid visa processing delays. International students planning to study in Australia are facing increasing uncertainty as visa processing delays threaten their academic plans. With the new academic year fast approaching, many students find themselves in a race against time to secure their visas and finalize their travel arrangements. These delays not only impact the students' education but also place additional strain on their finances and prospects in Australia. As the backlog grows, universities and immigration authorities are under pressure to address the bottleneck and provide clarity for affected students. If you are interested in this, so to get all the information, pay attention and watch the video through to the end. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. So, without any further delay, let's jump into the video. Australia's international students on hold as asylum cases surge. Visa delays impact future plans. Australia's visa processing system is currently under immense pressure, with immigration officials shifting their focus from processing student visas to handling a surge in asylum applications. This redirection of resources is leading to significant delays for international students, especially those from key countries like Vietnam, Malaysia, China, and India. Coupled with upcoming caps on international student numbers, these delays are causing growing uncertainty and frustration among students hoping to study in Australia. Rising asylum applications and their effects on student visas. One of the primary reasons for the slowdown in student visa processing is the sharp rise in asylum applications. As more individuals seek refugee status in Australia, immigration authorities are prioritizing these cases, leaving international students in a prolonged state of limbo. This shift has disproportionately affected students from Vietnam, who are facing some of the longest delays in the visa approval process, with waiting periods extending up to 5 months. For many, these delays not only jeopardize their ability to start their studies on time, but also add considerable financial strain due to prolonged uncertainty. Declining visa approval rates. According to recent statistics, the approval rate for student visas has dropped to 78.7%, the lowest it has been in 18 years. This significant decline is concerning, particularly for students from Vietnam, who make up a substantial portion of Australia's international student population. With over 37,000 Vietnamese students currently enrolled in Australian institutions, the extended waiting times for new applicants pose serious concerns for students, educational institutions, and the broader economy, which heavily relies on international student contributions. Many students have already invested considerable resources in their education plans, and prolonged delays could mean lost opportunities and increased financial burdens. Upcoming caps on international student numbers. In addition to the delays, Australia's planned cap on international student numbers is another challenge that prospective students will face. By 2025, Australia intends to limit international student commencements to 270,000, a figure lower than pre-pandemic levels. While this policy is aimed at addressing concerns over infrastructure, housing, and resource availability, it could also restrict opportunities for students hoping to enroll in Australia's major universities, as well as its smaller institutions and vocational programs. Many students who might have previously considered Australia as their top study destination could find themselves seeking alternatives if these limits significantly reduce available spots. Challenges for temporary graduates seeking residency. Moreover, the challenges extend beyond just the visa processing delays. Temporary graduates, who come to Australia with the hope of eventually transitioning to permanent residency, are also facing significant roadblocks. The number of temporary graduates surged to over 216,000 by mid-2024, but only about 32,000 were able to secure permanent residency between 2022 and 2023. This stark discrepancy highlights the increasingly competitive and difficult pathway for international students seeking to stay in Australia long-term after completing their studies. The struggle to navigate complex immigration requirements adds to the anxiety of students who aspire to build their careers in Australia. The economic impact of visa delays. The ramifications of these delays are not just personal for students, they extend to the Australian economy as well. International students contribute significantly to the Australian economy, injecting billions into sectors such as education, housing, and local businesses. As visa processing delays persist, the potential economic downturn could impact universities that rely heavily on tuition fees from international students. If students begin to withdraw their applications or seek alternatives in other countries, the loss could be substantial. Conclusion. The urgent need for reform. For many international students, studying in Australia is seen as an investment in their future. However, with visa processing delays, capped student numbers, and limited opportunities for permanent residency, this investment now carries a heavier burden of uncertainty. The Australian government will need to address these challenges quickly to avoid damaging the country's reputation as a top destination for education and to ensure that international students continue to contribute to the economy and enrich Australia's cultural landscape. Time, however, is running out for many students who are caught in this bureaucratic bottleneck, and swift action is needed to restore faith in the immigration system. Without reform, Australia risks losing its status as a preferred destination for aspiring international scholars. As visa processing delays continue to affect international students, the clock is ticking for those hoping to begin their studies in Australia. Without timely action from immigration authorities, many students risk missing crucial deadlines or even losing their opportunity to study abroad. The future of Australia's international education sector relies heavily on resolving these delays and ensuring that students can proceed with their plans without further disruptions. Time, however, is quickly running out. That is all for today in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully the information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then, take care.
Hello everyone, welcome back to channel Justification News. We hope doing great. In this video, we're going to talk about international students in Australia face urgency amid visa processing delays. Australia's visa processing system is currently facing significant strain as immigration officials shift their focus from processing student visas to handling a surge in asylum applications. This redirection of resources is leading to prolonged delays for international students, particularly those from key countries such as Vietnam, Malaysia, China, and India. The combination of these delays and upcoming caps on international student numbers is creating a climate of uncertainty and frustration for students eager to pursue their education in Australia. The surge in asylum application is one of the main drivers behind a slowdown in student visa processing. As more students seek refugee status, immigration authorities are prioritizing these cases over student visas. This shift has particularly impacted Vietnamese students who are experiencing some of the longest waiting periods for visa approval extending up to 5 months. Such delays not only jeopardize students' ability to commence their studies on time but also impose significant financial stress as students face prolonged uncertainty regarding their academic futures. Recent statistics reveal that the approval rate for student visas has plummeted to 78%, the lowest in 18 years. This decline is particularly alarming for Vietnamese students who constitute a large segment of the international student body in Australia. With over 37,000 Vietnamese students currently studying in Australia, the extended wait times pose serious concerns not only for these students but also for education institutions and the broader economy, which significantly benefits from international student contributions. Compounding these issues is Australia's plan to cap international students' commencement at 270,000 by 2025. This limit is lower than pre-pandemic levels and could restrict opportunities for students wishing to enroll in Australia's major universities, smaller institutions, and vocational programs. Prospective students who might have considered Australia as their first choice destination may begin exploring alternatives if these limits severely impact available slots. Moreover, temporary graduates seeking to transition to permanent residency are facing additional hurdles. The number of temporary graduates in Australia rose to over 216,000 by mid-2024, yet only about 32,000 secured permanent residency between 2022 and 2023. This stark disparity illustrates the increasingly challenging pathway for international students wishing to remain in Australia long-term after completing their studies. The ramifications of these visa delays extend beyond personal challenges for students. They also have economic implications. International students contribute billions to Australian economy, particularly in education and local businesses. As delays persist, potential economic downturns may impact universities relying on international student fees, but further complicating the education landscape. In summary, international students in Australia are grappling with visa processing delays, caps on student numbers, and difficulties in securing residency, leading to heightened uncertainty about the academic and professional futures. The Australian government must act swiftly to address these challenges and restore confidence in its education system to maintain its position as a premium destination for international education.